Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to unlock a really simple but powerful three-step process to release all that tension we tend to hold in the center of our bodies. Drawing from the incredible work of Alina Chamberlain, we're going to learn how to turn that stored-up stress into actual vitality. So let's dive right in. This quote, wow, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Anxiety isn't just something in our heads, it literally lives in our bodies, in all those places we clench and tighten up without even thinking about it. The idea here is that the key to dissolving that anxiety is to first unfreeze the body. So here's our game plan. First, we'll get a handle on this problem of the frozen center. Then we'll walk through 3 super practical steps, softening, moving, and vibrating, to get to what the source material calls your awakened center. So what even is this frozen center? Well, think about it. Our modern world is just constantly pinging us with stress signals, and our bodies respond. We're kind of conditioned to hold it all together by bracing our abdomen, which basically traps our entire nervous system in this state of high alert. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got that braced, frozen abdomen. It locks us into anxiety, contraction, just being stuck. But on the right, a soft, breathing belly actually signals safety, flow, and joy to our nervous system. It's amazing how a simple physical shift can literally change our whole emotional reality. Okay, so how do we actually make that shift? Well, our very first step is to soften and dissolve. This is all about unlearning that habit of being rigid and giving ourselves permission to be soft. And that, right there, is where true power actually begins. I just love this quote because it completely reframes how we think about our center, right? It's not some problem area we need to flatten or suck in. Instead, we are invited to see it as a sanctuary, as the cradle of our power and all of our deepest feelings. And get this isn't just some poetic idea. There is real, hard science at work here. Softening your belly is like a biological hack. It stimulates your vagus nerve, which is your body's highway of calm, and that immediately lowers your heart rate. Plus, it lets your gut, which some call the second brain, do its job and produce serotonin, the happy hormone. So where do we start? With a really simple ritual called the breath wave. You can actually do this right now, wherever you are. Just place your hands on your lower belly. As you breathe in, feel your hands rise. And as you breathe out, imagine the warmth from your hands just melting away any tension inside. It's such a direct, powerful signal of safety to your whole system. Just building awareness is half the battle. So a great question to ask yourself is, when do I do this? When do I unconsciously tighten up? Is it when I'm checking my email? During a tough conversation? Just noticing that pattern is the huge first step to changing it. To help build that awareness, here is a fantastic tool, a sensory anchor. The idea couldn't be simpler. Every single time you see the color red today, a stop sign, a piece of clothing, a logo, anything, let it be your cue, your reminder to check in. Is my center soft? And if it's not, just take a breath and let it go. All right, so now that we've created some softness, we need to get that energy moving. Step 2 is all about awakening that stagnant energy that gets trapped inside when we're all frozen and braced. This quote really nails the principle of this step. Our natural state as humans is flow, it's movement. So when we get stuck physically, our capacity for things like joy, it gets stuck too. Movement is the perfect antidote. And the practice for this is beautifully simple. Seriously, just stand up and for a minute or two, start making these soft, gentle circles with your pelvis. Let your lower belly lead the way. This isn't about looking a certain way. It's all about feeling that movement release all that deep tension in your hips and your lower back. After you try this, what do you notice? You're encouraged to just tune into the subtle little shifts. Do you feel a bit of warmth? Maybe a little pulse of energy? A new sense of ease? That feeling, that's your body waking back up. And we're going to build on our sensory anchor. So now, when you see red, not only do you check in for softness, but you also execute a microflow. That's just one tiny, almost invisible hip circle. You can do it standing in line, sitting at your desk. It's just a little private reminder to yourself to stay fluid. And that brings us to our final step, which is where we bring everything together. We're going to integrate all the changes we've made by using maybe the most profound tool there is for releasing tension, our own voice. This is such a powerful idea. Using sound isn't just some mechanical trick. It's a declaration of your presence. It's about giving yourself permission to exist, to feel whatever you're feeling, and to take up space. And the science behind this is just fascinating. It's called the throat-pelvis axis, and it's a direct biomechanical link in our bodies. So when your jaw and throat are tight, it actually locks up your pelvis. But here's the cool part. When you make a soft, deep sound, it sends this reflexive signal for your belly and your pelvic floor to just relax. This final ritual, sounding infinity, brings it all home. You trace that figure 8 with your hips, just like before, but now, as you exhale, you add a soft, deep hum. Try to feel that vibration coming from your very center, not just your throat. And again, we check in. Where do you feel that vibration the most? You can think of it like an internal sound massage. Did it help you find an even deeper level of release? An even deeper softness? Okay, our sensory anchor gets its final upgrade. Now, when you see red, you take a moment to exhale with a soft, audible sigh. A really gentle, ah sound. It's a full system release. You've got the softness, the micro movement, and now the sound. And just like that, we've completed the journey. By following these 3 steps, you've basically moved from a frozen, braced state to an awakened center. Your body, your vessel, is now literally prepared to handle a higher voltage of positive energy and joy. So let's just recap that incredible transformation. You learned how to soften your physical armor. You woke up all that stagnant energy with movement, and you integrated that power using your own voice. And maybe the biggest takeaway of all is this. True power isn't about being rigid and braced for whatever's coming. It's about being fluid, responsive, and soft. And we'll end with this final question to take with you. It's about looking forward. Now that you've created this open, relaxed space inside yourself, what's the number one thing that's likely to steal it away? Is it the constant drone of information noise, or is it the pressure of saying yes to way too many things? That's the next step, learning to protect your newly awakened center.
You can find the electronic version of book She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain at wishforlove.org.